Hello, you all. Happy Sunday to you. Come in, hit that like, hit the share button, whatever platform you are watching on. If you're watching on Twitter, show some digital love and pump those hearts. Leave that heart emoji. So come in, hit the thumbs up. I thought long and hard about if I really want to do this live stream tonight because I know how I am. Whenever I get into numbers in gematria, I even took some notes. But in order to ensure I get a proper night rest. I didn't want to go to sleep with all these numbers in my mind and in my head. I decided to just go ahead and do the live stream. I want to take the night off, but I decided to just go ahead and do the live stream, get these numbers out of my head so I can rest peacefully. So again, come in, you all hit the like, hit the share button. Let's share this. I'm going to start first talking about cryptocurrencies, right? Because the end part of this live stream is going to lead into cryptocurrencies that I believe will make people millionaires in 2023. Yes, even when we are in this bear market with the top blue chip cryptos, I still believe that these cryptos backed by commodities will make people millionaires this year. I do want to make this disclaimer. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm not giving you financial guarantees, right? If I was giving you financial guarantee, I'll tell you may get 8 to 10% return on an investment because I know for a fact that I can go out and get 40 to 50%. I will be telling you, I will give you low annual returns that does not even outpace inflation. So I'm not giving you financial guarantees. But based on studying the market, studying the economy, and seeing where commodities are headed, where we are headed in commodities, I believe that people that have cryptocurrencies that are backed by commodities could possibly this year or definitely heading into 2024 become 6 and 7 figure or even 8 figure um, crypto commodity millionaires, deca millionaires. You know, it all depends on how much you put in, how long you stay in, and excuse me, how early that you get in and take advantage. So the latter part of this live stream is going to cover the gematria of the XBB 1.5. That's the strangest thing I've ever seen. How they put the 1.5 on that variant. I want to break down the gematria of it. Let me see, can I find my, yeah. And we're going to look into the number 7 with that, with the XBB. And we're also going to look at Bitcoin's 14th birthday that was actually celebrated, let's see, January the 3rd. January the 3rd, 14 years strong for Bitcoin. And let me go ahead and make this announcement, I guess, for lack of better words. You know, BlackRock, a 15 trillion dollar investment firm, just purchased Bitcoin. And I want to say this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. Just because people know how to earn money, right? Just because they may be good in their profession, just because they may earn more than you, they may be a 6-figure income earner, do not mean they understand about cryptocurrency, does not mean that they understand about growing their money and investing, and it does not mean that they understand or they study Bitcoin. So BlackRock adds Bitcoin to their $15 trillion global, right? Let me put that up for you. Global allocation funds, trillions. So this is an American investment firm, BlackRock, 15 trillion. And so people, something that's been around for 14 years and has stood the test of time, which was created after the 2008 recession, mainly the housing market crash. It is evidenced by the big time investors that's coming in and purchasing Bitcoin and how cryptocurrencies globally are being accepted and adopted, that cryptocurrency is not a scam, right? Again, just because people may be a 6-figure income earner or they're, seems to be doing well financially, because financial standards they may, have more than you coming in does not mean they study the markets. They study cryptocurrency or that they even know what it is. So someone told you it was a scam and you missed out on that investing opportunity. Guess what? I want you to use your own mind, right, to think for yourself in this live stream as we're going to break down what I believe the next cryptocurrencies will be. Not that Bitcoin and other blue chip cryptos are eliminated or will not be, but I do think we are going to see a bear market this year as it relates to getting another Bitcoin reaching and surpassing its all-time high of 69. Think of 69, right? As above, so below. As above, so below, but reaching its all-time high of 69,000. So we were getting net gematria at the end. For time's sake, I want you to come in also and tell me what part of the world you are tuning in from, what part of the world, your city and state, your country, right? And I may not stop my live stream to just shout out your name, but I will highlight your name and give you a digital hello. So let's start with cryptocurrencies that have the backing of commodities, right? I'm going to show some video clips from some well-respected financial advisors that study the economy and the market as well. And this one is titled, It Begins. Putin, right? This is how Putin and China's New World Order unfolds in 2023. This is Clay Morrison. Shout out to him and his channel. I follow him as well as we are watching people, the New World Order unfold right in front of our eyes, a new currency. And Russia and China are going to continue to exit fast from the United States dollar. So again, hit the thumbs up so more people can be notified through the algorithm that I'm live streaming and get educated as well. And let's tune in to this live stream.
This year in 2023, and almost no one is talking about it.
So the stocks that everybody owns are going down, and the stocks that nobody owns except a few people are going way up, and they're going up in relative obscurity.
The moves that Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin are making, which are completely going to alter the international power structure and the monetary system, and the mainstream media is largely ignoring it. The Washington, of course, is asleep at the wheel, dealing with all of the crybaby drama over Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House, or they're worried about which NFL team is making the playoffs. But very smart people are paying attention. Very smart multi-million-dollar investors that I've been speaking with know exactly what's coming.
And I think 2023 could end up being one of the weakest years ever for the U.S. dollar.
The new monetary world order under Russian President Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping. It's unfolding exactly as we're predicting over the past year, with major indicators in the past few hours. So I want to get to all of these new stunning pieces of news right now. But first, this morning, we just had a bomb go off, and we is already doing three things: a massive increase in military spending, a massive increase in gold buying, and a massive deal that they just struck with the Saudis after Joe Biden failed to do so. Biden's trip to Saudi Arabia was mocked as a joke. Xi Jinping's visit was praised as a milestone, a total FU to the United States. So late last year, we noticed that there was a massive mystery buyer of gold and other precious metals. Who was buying up all of the world's gold? Well, we found out just a few days ago who it was. It was, in fact, China. The mystery buyer, we now know, was China, had bought some 300 tons of gold, roughly 3/4 of what would be a record 399 tons of central bank gold purchases in the third quarter. Here's the stunning chart. So that's just China. What about Russia? Stockpiling gold. Look at Russia's reserves of gold. Why? Why are both China and Russia stockpiling precious metals? Well, Nikkei analysts have an answer. China and other countries are hurrying to reduce dependence on the US dollar. Now, this is just one of the reasons gold prices hit a 6-month high this past week. The US dollar is in trouble as a reserve currency of the world. And then on top of all of this, we had another bomb go off over the last few days. This bomb was big, and it went viral in the financial world. The head of the Kansas Federal Reserve, Esther George, set off this bomb. Now, let me give you some context about Esther here and tell you what she said. Esther George is a highly respected member of the Fed, okay, Fed president. She's been on this job for a long time now, I think 40 years, and she's retiring. She is wrapping up her tenure. So she doesn't give a rat's behind about what politicians think of her. She's gone. She's not looking for another job, okay? She's out the door very soon. So she's speaking the truth. I love when people like this aren't afraid anymore. They're unfettered because that's when the good stuff comes out. So more context here. The Kansas Fed is the Center for Research, meaning this is the Fed that we go to see what the real numbers are showing us. They have these numbers. They do the heavy lifting. So Esther George was interviewed on CNBC, and here is the bomb that she dropped.
We understand that high inflation is going to require our action. So we have been moving our forecast up to higher levels. You saw that in the most recent dot plot that came out in December. And I think holding that until we get confidence that inflation is actually coming down is really the message we're trying to put out there.
I don't really have to ask you this question because I've got a 17 out of 19 chance of being right. You're over 5% when it comes to your outlook for the funds rate in 2020.
I have raised my forecast.
Could you tell us where you are? I don't remember if you're one of the folks that tells us that.
Well, I think I'll be over 5%, and I see staying there for some time.
Is that well into 2024?
It is for me.
Wow.
Wow. Did you catch that? So let me paraphrase. The experiment is over, basically. It failed. Low interest rates kept artificially low by the Fed was a failure. And inflation is going to stay high for the foreseeable future, well into 2024 and beyond. And she thinks the Fed needs to raise interest rates, keep them over 5% interest rates. Party time is over. No more cheap money, no more 0% loans, no more cheap mortgages, no more cheap car loans. She thinks that this is the best and only way to fix the problem. Keep interest rates high. Stop printing fake money and giving out money to Wall Street with 0% interest.
Wow, so that's that clip there. Hello, Amy. Thank you. 1 or 2 weeks she's signing up. Okay, Amy, I'm looking forward to bringing to the team and meeting everyone. Hello, Judith. Thank you for tuning in from New York. So that's that paraphrase, right? Cheap money is over. I made a post on my Facebook today that talked about trading. And people, let me say this. You have to study the market. You have to study this from a global perspective to see where the economy is headed. This is happening so fast, but yet on plan, because they've been planning this for years, that many people are still resorting in their old ways of what they know work under the old financial system, not changing, not adjusting to see that we are entering a new financial system. Another clip about oil and gas prices I'm gonna play for you are about to surprise you. Now, this is what I do want to say, right? I want to say this, that I don't think we will ever, when I say we, I'm saying globally, I don't think it would ever return to a dollar backing gold monetary system. I don't think when President Nixon removed the dollar from the gold standard, I don't see it returning to putting commodities backing the gold standard. But what I do see, however, moving forward is cryptocurrencies backed by commodities. What I've been telling you all about for the last, probably since December of 2022, right? The dollar backed by gold that President Nixon removed in 1971 and that had its 50-year reign in 2021, that's over with. The dollar backed by Saudi Arabia, oil, Russia's oil, that was known as the petrodollar, that is over with. Now you have cryptocurrency that's going to be backed by these commodities. However, physical commodities like copper, like silver, are good to have for equitable increase. But let me put this disclaimer to that: if you know how to cash them and liquidate them out, right? Most people probably, unfortunately, will go to a pawn shop and may get, lowball on their silver or their copper that don't know how to properly liquidate. And I'm not saying everyone knows how to properly liquidate, because we've never been in this situation before. But what I am saying, that if you want equity for the long term, then yes, silver and copper, because they will outperform gold in the bull market, right? Because of the shortage of silver and copper, it's a global shortage, and because copper and silver are used in industrial use, in air conditioning units, and silver in RFID chips, and 5G Wi-Fi, and catalytic converters, and calculators, electronic vehicles, right? And the shortage will drive these prices up. However, I have people that invest in the blue chip cryptos and say, Queen, my portfolio is now 80 to 90%. I do not want to sell my assets, right? I don't want to sell my Bitcoin. I want to hodl. I want to hold. I want to have diamond hands. But I need the cash flow, because inflation is eating me up on the other end. So where do I get my cash flow? And I'm going to show you something that you can cash flow better on a daily basis with these cryptos backed by commodities than you would investing in real estate. Real estate is a high investment tool. I just say it that way, as simple as I can think of it. Just like a cash value life insurance. I made this post too on Facebook. And I do a lot of things on Facebook because I test people's financial IQ and I test the waters. And guess what? I can show you the post. I made a post that, could anybody show me their return? Because I only believe in getting cash value life insurance policies. That's an IUL. Many people just change the name and call them private reserve accounts, PRAs, whole value life insurance. All of them pretty much have the same selling point, is to you become the bank and to make your money work for you. That's not really how it works, right? These IULs and cash value life insurance are really to secure your wealth, but not to build your wealth, right? Oh, thank you, Patrice. I'm going back and forth on my screen. Thank you for the 1111. I told everybody to stay tight. I'm getting to numbers in Gematria. I promise you, you're going to want to stay to the end, because you're going to see this XBB variant, this new COVID variant. You're going to see Bitcoin number 14. All of this tied into what I'm teaching. So I made this post. Everyone that has a cash value life insurance, a PRA, a whole life insurance policy, drop the amount you put in, and then your dividend earnings for 2022 in the comments. I'm trying to see, then I put in quotations, prove something really quick. I only got 14 comments, and no one put me to the test. No one put proof in these comments. No one said, Queen, I invest this much and I got this much back in return in 2022. That was a red flag to me, right? I got two people that sells these insurance policies. In my opinion, they were very honest. It says life insurance is not designed to make you rich. This is what I've been telling people. But when you see this social media marketing and posting, they give you clips of celebrities. They give you clips of people that's already rich and wealthy talking about this. But yes, this is a strategy for them to secure their wealth, but it's not what made them wealth. When you're on social media, you have to pay very close attention to verbiage, right? To verbiage. I don't know if you all can see in my lower left corner, it said natural gas is up 3.64%. I'm going to tell you why. You can see that, right? This is a great thing if you're in these cryptos backed by commodities. So, however, if you aren't rich, it's the most selfless vehicle to put your seed in your seed will be without risk. I don't even know what seed mean. I guess they mean money. Regardless of index rates and other investment that naturally bear risk and speculation, your death is 100% certainty. And I do agree with that. There's two things in life that are certain. It's death and taxes. So I said, your seed without risk, and I just put a laugh emoji. That wasn't clear to me, but this is a strategy the rich and wealthy use to secure wealth and life insurance. The rich and strategy used to secure wealth and life insurance sellers use to get more money by selling the policy to the middle class. The middle class is not the class that this is designed to help. No comeback, right? He didn't have a comeback. This is a doctoral, and Dr. Dandridge, he sells these policies. Another seller, but no person that holds these policy that put evidence. I just asked, okay, let me see what your dividends were. Let me see proof. And once I see somebody that actually show me proof, well, Queen, I put this much in and my returns this year were this much, I stop talking about it. I'm done. It says 0% floor on bad years. If you are indexed, you don't gain interest. That caught my attention right there. With inflation as high as it is, why wouldn't I want to gain interest? But, okay, you don't lose interest. If you are linked to a gap, if you are linked to a general account portfolio, you receive the gain. That's a if, however, if you are linked to a gap, if. So I comment, you don't gain or lose interest, that's cool. If you're wealthy and have enough money to outpace recession and higher inflation, which is what we are entering, most middle class don't. They're not in that position. So why make money and not be at a standstill if the market is up or down? So his comeback or response, well, this is a tax-free tool. This is, seem to be the biggest, I guess, to get people in. This is a tax-free tool. I said, well, debt is not taxed either when used to get assets. Right? Then he put, this is a great addition to investing. And I responded, most people are told that this is investing. I told you all this is not, these whole life IULs, this is not investing. And they come to you, oh yeah, but you can accumulate it tax-free. Listen, you can accumulate debt tax-free. If you use to invest in real estate or other assets, you don't get taxed on it. You're using credit and debt the wrong way. Floyd Mayweather just said that although he had the cash, he took out a loan, aka debt. He talked about the importance of you leveraging your credit to get assets to cash flow $300 million a month. I have that somewhere on my Facebook. I may play that for you all. And so all of these, things, my things is to these whole life insurance, PRA investors, IUL, so many names. If you want to sell these policies, sell them to the wealthy. But see, they know that the wealthy wouldn't buy them from them. They know that the wealthy would not buy them from them. The wealthy already have accredited investors. They know they couldn't dare come to the wealthy and talk that language and get them to purchase a policy from them. So they go to the middle class. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. Right? There are people 401ks right now, they look like 201ks. Let me play that Floyd Mayweather clip for you. I think I found it. Let's see. If I can get the volume to work. Give me a second. There's people 401ks again that's looking like 201ks. I see it, but it's not playing for some reason. And so, people, there are other ways to cash flow you better. There's other ways, getting these cryptocurrencies, okay, I think I found the volume, that are backed by commodities, because commodities are about to spike. What I showed you earlier is just one YouTuber that's a great financial advisor.
Of course. With one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month. But
what investment is that?
Just in real estate.
I agree. Got you.
And I'm heavy in real estate. I'm real heavy in real estate. Even though, you know, I got my own liquid, and if you, that means cash for those. I break it down in layman's terms. Even though I got, you know, I got a lot of cash. OPM.
Okay.
OPM. You don't always have to use your money. That's why it's very important for y'all to make sure y'all keep your credit right.
Talk to us about
Very important. How I'm in 36 months, of course, with one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month. But
what investment is that?
Just in real estate.
I agree. Got you.
And I'm heavy in real estate. I'm real heavy in real estate. Even though, you know, I got my own liquid, and if you, that means cash for those. I break it down in layman's terms. Even though I got, you know, I got a lot of cash. OPM.
Okay.
OPM. You don't always have to use your money. That's why it's very important for y'all to make sure y'all keep your credit right.
Talk to us about
Very important.
But let me tell you this, if you're on Facebook says really the 401ks or 101ks, people, let me tell you something. No one has built wealth from investing in these value life insurance policies. Yes, they secure it, or investing in the stock market. The stock market is really for accredited investors, or investing in 401ks. They have not. In fact, most people that retire off their 401ks and pension are in a poorer position than when they were working, because inflation is just eating up their retirement, right? And Patrice, as I always do, I'm gonna say Deuteronomy 11:11 on you because you gave 11:11. And Deuteronomy 11:11 is simply for real estate, a land of hills and valleys, which could not be made fruitful from rain from heaven, right? But its fruitfulness depending on the overflowing of the Nile. Deuteronomy 11:11 is for entering the promised land and dependence upon God for the fruitfulness of your promised land. So that's Deuteronomy 11:11. Blessings upon you. So what's going on? Where are we moving to? Well, let me give you some more evidence, right? Some more evidence about these cryptocurrencies. Look, Effie, maybe soon they're just going to be jokes. JOKs, right? I mean, it's sad. And that's why a lot of people are taking control of their own financial future. And they are taking control of their retirement because they want to retire in luxury and not in lack, right? They want a luxury lifestyle when they retire, not lack. So Economic Ninja, bringing the pain, bringing the game, also says oil and gas prices are about to surprise you.
Natural gas, oil, and then obviously it will affect the price of gasoline and diesel at the pump. In 2023, I believe that you're going to see much higher prices. And don't take my word for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen. And right here out of oilprice.com a few days ago, natural gas prices set for a sustained rally in 2023. And you go over here to CNBC, and this is what, about a week ago? Dan Yergin says there's a chance oil could go as high as $121 a barrel when China fully reopens. And we're already currently seeing the reopening right now. That's all over the news about China and them being locked down and now opening up, which means they're going to start using a lot more fossil fuel. The demand is going to go through the roof. And it's a demand that we have not seen in the last couple of years because there's been so much turmoil over there. So guys, I brought on Crypto Charts Joe to go through the technical analysis of both of these commodities so we could talk to you about them, show you what we believe is coming in 2023. And most importantly, if you want to learn about technical analysis.
So in order maybe to, not endure this live show, I'm not going to play all of that. But you all definitely, check that out if you don't follow those two. Oil and natural gas prices will surprise you. So what am I investing in for this surprise that we get into Gematria, right? Now, Why not invest in cryptocurrency backed by commodities? Why not? Why not get a cryptocurrencies that are backed by this natural gas? So when you're at the gas pump, right, at least you can get some relief that say, hey, every time I see this gas price increase, whether it be during the summer, every time I see this gas price increase, I have an investment that's moving with it. Because again, I do not see physical cash ever returning to the gold standard. Number one, the United States don't have enough backing of it, right? So I don't see that happening ever again. And it cannot control the BRICS nation. What's BRICS? Brazil, Russia, India, China. Now, South America really would have made a big bang in the end of BRICS with the S, because South America really doesn't have that much commodities. But when you put the other S to it, which is Saudi Arabia, and its oil reserves, now you have BRICS that's going to hit people like a ton of bricks when they are saying, we don't want the United States cash for our commodities anymore. Either you attach it to crypto or you lose our exporting of commodities. So U.S. Department of Energy rejected the initial bid to resupply oil stockpile. Now, if you know, Biden dipped or took the United States oil reserve, and the Department of Energy rejected. They wanted to get the oil companies to resupply a small amount of the nation's emergency crude oil stockpile, right? And the DOA spokesperson said no. Most people think, right, the POTUS, the president, has the final say so. A lot of people thought President Biden can just say we're going to destroy student loan debts. And they saw that the judge and the courts overruled that. So the POTUS it has a chain of command. He can't just, make blanket statements and expect this to carry out. Other news that's telling you oil and gas, crude oil is about to pump. One of the largest banks, biggest banks, said it will stop financing oil and gas investors or companies. This is HSBC, global banking. This is a global bank. Giant announced that it will no longer fund new oil and gas fields. People, this is all about supply and demand. The supply, when the supply is shorter and the demand is higher, the prices are higher as well. I'm telling you, some people are going to be at the gas pump and they're going to think about my live stream. And they're going to wish that they would have put their cash to move just as fast as the numbers that's going to move at the gas pump. Another indicator that oil is going to be higher. Again, China has opened its borders. Now, we're going to get into this new, CBB, but China is struggling with that, and they're saying, in spite of, they're opening their borders anyway. So this will make oil prices increase even higher. So people, they've already told us, expect to see $7 gas again by traveling season by June, and expect to see crude oil reach higher or peak higher than it was last year, which was, I think, $122 a barrel. So these are cryptocurrencies. I'm not even entertaining or looking at any cryptocurrency that you're telling me that's, something that's I have never heard of. And I am an avid studier of crypto. Right. I'm not even looking. Why should I, when I understand commodities and I understand crypto? And when you put the best of both worlds together and I'm studying where the market is going in a couple of months, why would I take my time to entertain anything else? Why would I take my time to entertain some cryptos based off hype and speculation that's not backed by real world wealth? I'm not. So I have black gold cryptocurrency that's backed by crude oil that's up 5.25% today. Yes, this is digital gold. This is up 4% today. Debt is a decentralized, eco-friendly, because when it comes to these commodities, you don't want to be drilling and mess up the ecosystem by drilling for dead spots, and you don't find the oil, you don't strike oil, or you don't find the natural gas. So this is the brain, this is the technology, this is the utility token, rather not technology. I'm gonna show you the technology, but this is the utility token that all of these commodities are linked to that you see listed. People, natural gas, it's at 0.0003. Do you understand how powerful that is to get in at a 0.0003? If not, let me explain. Debt, the decentralized eco-friendly blockchain technology utility token, was released a little over a year at a penny. Now, it has returned over 138% return. Now, you didn't know about the debt utility token then, but you know about these cryptos and these other ones now. And at $28, it's still early to get into this. This is like getting in Bitcoin, in my opinion, at $28. Black Gold, BGLD, has already made over 1,000 millionaires. It was released in November 2021. By June, when oil prices hit its all-time high per barrel, right? 300 liquid millionaires, 700 non-liquid millionaires were made. And guess what? We've been told that they may not release black gold crypto again to invest in. Right now, it is out of stock. They released it in December and it's sold out. Millions of licenses and contracts of digital software in under an hour. Then you have grow. This is a high yielding agriculture backed by high yielding crops such as weed, herbs, natural remedies that people use, but also carbon credits, right? When farmers or when crude oil is found, it's from the decaying of plants that makes natural gas. So where the natural gas is, there with the crude oil is there also as well. And so now you have these carbon credits where those who drill or mine for crude oil have to pay the farmers in order to help keep the cycle going and causing natural gas through decaying plants to happen. So those are the carbon credits. Also soybeans and cocoa beans. You got cocoa beans for chocolate cocoa and also cocoa plants, right? Then you have this system, XPLR. People, I'm gonna see. We just got a release video about the technology innovation of XPLR. It's a private video for the members only, but it's going to be made public this Saturday. All I can tell you until I'm able to show you, if you're not already in its exclusive membership, is that this technology and the collaborations made is going to make millionaires or multimillionaires. And then you have aluminum up 3.52%, backed by aluminum. They are collaborating with a business that's doing about 5 million in production of aluminum. I think it's 5 million, maybe 5 billion, right? They're going to up that to 10 billion because aluminum, just like silver and copper, are industrial use. So what you're seeing on the screen is software. What you are investing in is the software. You are, in essence, investing in like an ATM that prints you unlimited cash, except you're getting these cryptos on a daily basis, 24/7, and you're getting the cash passive income rewards with them at the same time. And when I tell you that this cash flows better than real estate, it really does, because real estate takes 5 to 6 figures to put in. And if you're good with real estate, you may get 500 positive cash flow, and that's a good investment. That's considered good. That's considered great. If you're cash flowing 500, if you take out, let's just say $100,000 loan to buy a rental property, and after you service back the loan, right, and pay all of the taxes at the end of the year, and pay all of the expenses as a landlord and maintenance, if you cash flow 500, you are doing great. After you service back the loan, this is how debt is tax free when you use it to invest in real estate. So it gives you the cycle that you're in. It gives you your total portfolio balance. It gives you your mining balance in a cash amount. If you want to cash out, you know me, I wait for the big payouts, right? But if I need it, it is easily liquidable. I don't have to go anywhere to a pawn shop or to a dealer and try to find somebody that can liquidate my assets. I can do it. It's on my phone, on my app. I can do it at the click of my phone, right in the built-in app or from my laptop, whichever one I choose. So that's why you see text CC to the number on the screen if you want to cash flow and earn crypto passively by investing in this digital software. Because if your money is just sitting idle in a 401k or in the banks, how can I say this in a nice way? I don't know. I'm just afraid for what may happen to you in the future. So let me do this last 15 minutes. You're accumulating monopoly money, right? You're getting monopoly money. And the only uses for monopoly money that makes it powerful and real, if you ever played the game of Monopoly, is when you use that money and you purchase property and you land. When someone lands on your space, they pay you rent all the way around the board. The only good use for monopoly money if you would convert it into real assets. That's the best way I can explain it. So let's break down CBB 15. This sub-variant is spreading. Here's what to know. It says the old familiar dread is back. A new variant is here, but with no worries. I'm not really want to focus on the variant. I want to focus on the gematria of the variant. And so as we look at gematria, I really notice the number 7. The number 7. The ordinal for the XBB 1.15 is 7. 4 plus 3 is 7. The reduction is 6 plus 1 is 7, right? The reversal is 14. People, this is powerful. 2 times 7 is 14. 7 plus 7 is 14, right? The only thing we have is the reverse reduction, which is the number 5. Pay attention to one word, 3 letters, right? One word, 3 letters. So I put this in. Then I also thought about January 3rd, Bitcoin 14th anniversary. With Bitcoin, we see a lot of 9s. 7 plus 2 is 9. 6 plus 3. I don't know if you all know, but 9 is the number of, I was going to say something else, but I don't think I should right now. 9 is the number of completion. A woman carries a baby full term for 9 months, right? It enters from the unseen world of in her womb, in her stomach, and now it's pushed or delivered in the seen world. Nikola Tesla says if you know the secrets to 369s, you can unlock the numbers to the universe. If I was to add up everyone's date of birth, from their birthday, from their month, the day, and the year, everyone in this world, it would equal up to number 9. In fact, I'm not going to explain this, but I'm going to show it to you because I want to keep this under an hour. But this is someone's birthday was 7/18/85, right? I'll equal up to the number 9. I'm not going to break this down right now. I really don't. I want to, savage the live stream, but everybody's birthday, and you can search my channel. I have did this for people more than one time, and you can find the videos about how everyone's birthday equals to the number 9. So we have the number 7, right? We have the number 7. If you look at XRP, again, 7 plus 7. Thank you, Lisa, for the $11.99 super chat. Deuteronomy 11, and I'm just gonna keep everyone with Deuteronomy that gives in agreement with Deuteronomy 11:11, entering into your promised land with the double 99, the full completion of a thing, a full circle or term of a thing has come. And even with XRP, if you see the reverse reduction, that's 14, right? The reverse reduction of that, and then we see the double 22. When you add 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 times 2 is 4. So when you think of the number 4, think of a foundation of a thing. Think of the physical realm. Think of 4 corners for the number 4. If the foundation has to have 4 solid corners. Think of terms of the 4 corners of earth as the Bible describes. Think of term as global change, direction, northeast, southeast, northwest, southeast. Just think of northeast, west, and south, direction, right? News, northeast, west, and south. Think of physical things. By the 4th day, 4 things were created in the Bible: land, liquid, life. Seed was then able to be produced into vegetation, food, right? That represents life. And then what's the other one? Life, liquid, and life. And land. I haven't did this in a while. Life, liquid. What's the other L? I don't know. It'll come to me. But it's another L. Light. That's it. Light. Light. The lesser light to rule the day, the darker night to rule the night. Speaking of the darker night or light to rule the night, in the number 7, right, as you have the XBB 1.5, is women are connected to the moon. This is where you get the word menstrual from. It moves with the moon. And in fact, when a woman wanted to bear children or get pregnant, rather, another term is that the first day of her menstrual will be considered the new moon. The new moon is in the Bible. And when the wealthy woman's son had died, in the Bible, she went to the prophet Elijah to rise her son. I might put that scripture up. And her husband said, "This is not the new moon." He said that for a reason, right? So on the first of a woman's menstrual, she's connected to the new moon. And then you count 14 days directly after that. That's considered the full moon. And that's when women knew that there was their highest menstrual or the highest period of fertility or being fertile. When you think of a child, they tell you that teach a child everything they need to know, right? Languages, whatever you're intellectually, academically, try to teach that child as much as you can, because when they get to the age of 7, number 7, that's their highest developmental stage, right? So ovulation in a woman after 14 days of her menstrual or her menses, right, is the full moon. And then a child at the age of 7, they call this in child development, because I teach in the public schools, right? You have to take all this. They call this the sweet spot. The sweet spot at the age of 7, because children are able to articulate themselves in a different way. That goes into number 5. which ties into your 5 senses, your 5 fingers, your 5, toes. Many people say 5 is a number of grace in the church world, but actually 5 is the number of balance and senses and intellect and grace upon grace of discovery, right? And so then you double the age of 7 or you multiply that, and 14 is considered to be the age of puberty. This is where we have Bitcoin. Stay with me. Stay with me. Because I try to make the complex very simple. This is where we have Bitcoin coming in, celebrating the 14th birthday, the age of puberty. And then even if you triple the number 7 and 21, that's the age of adulthood. But let's stay on 14th birthday, XBB equaling 7, and Bitcoin double it up. Satoshi Nakamoto, brought in Bitcoin 14 years ago, January 3rd. And listen at that key phrase that you see in this tweet. Mined the first ever Bitcoin. This is what I'm telling a lot of you all. What I just showed you about these cryptos backed by commodities. You are mining them. You, in essence, are getting a digital software that's printing you these tokens, that's printing you this passive rewards, crypto money, right, on a daily basis. And it's bringing you daily cash flow in crypto passively. It's as simple as I can say it. You're investing in a goose that's going to continue to produce and lay golden eggs for you. So, finite supply of Bitcoin's birthday, 14 years. Now, in the Bible, it talks about, some people call this the Nisan, right? Some people say Nissan, like the car company, Nissan. But 14 was the day that Jesus strengthened, or he conquered the world, in a sense, of the 14th of Nisan. Now, there's controversy whether Jesus Christ symbolically died on a Wednesday, the day before Passover, or a Friday. Some scriptures suggest it was Friday, the day before the Sabbath. The crucifixion happened. Some suggest it was Wednesday, for 3 days and 3 nights. But the 14th day of Nisan or Nisan is a universal importance that took place, people, 1952 years ago. The 14th, the first lunar month of the Jewish, and this is a very sacred holiday, right? It's the Lord's evening meal under divine inspiration of Paul on this occasion, where Jesus commanded his disciples to keep doing this in remembrance of me. In fact, it is in 1 Corinthians chapter 11. Jesus said, keep this day as a memorial. And then you have even more scriptures about the 14th, right? And Jesus strengthened, here we see in 1 Corinthians 11, chapter 24, his 11 faithful apostles the night before he died. 11. This was the 14th of Nisan or Nisan. He conquered the world, and we're celebrating Bitcoin's 14th anniversary. So let's look at the number 14 as we looked at the number 7. In the book of Proverbs, if you look and study the Bible, you'll see the expression, the fear of the Lord, is broken down 14 times in the book, in the chapter of Proverbs. The number 14 represents deliverance or salvation. Let me scratch my head. Deliverance or salvation. Matthew 1:1. All the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. Matthew 1:1. And from the captivity in Babylon until Christ are 14 generations. Matthew 1:1, and it goes on to verse 17. Again, the 14th day of the first month is the Passover. God delivered his firstborn of Israel from death. The night of the 14th, the night sun, the Nisan, God made 2 covenant promises. I won't go into those covenant promises, but the manifestation, I want you to get this. The 14th month, right? Jesus Christ, the symbolism, God manifested in the flesh, the only begotten Son, the Lamb is taken away the sin to the world, was crucified, and was made the perfect sacrifice to save mankind. 7 represents a divine transition. On the 7th day, Jesus bankrupted, Jesus rest. To bankrupt means to reset. That's why when you file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, for example, it has to remain on your credit report for 7 years. Divine transition. So double 7, Bitcoin 14th birthday means a double completion. The first completion was Jesus' ministry was in the flesh, was completed. Jesus made a divine transition again in the flesh on the 14th of Nisan, of the Passover. He went from the physical, as we're moving from physical cash, from the physical, went as a woman carries a baby, 9 months, from the unseen to the seen, but he went from the seen, from the physical to now unseen, to the digital, to the spiritual. Divine transition. What he did in the flesh was completed. The 14th of the first month. Bitcoin 14 represents people, a digital, a virtual world. If you can understand how to get rich in the metaverse, you'll get rich in the universe. Let me say that again. If you can understand how to get rich in the metaverse, you can get rich in the universe, right? So I think this is all I want to cover about that. Also pay attention to sports, LeBron James, and I talked about Jesus performed exactly 7 miracles on the Sabbath day. I think on one of my most recent live streams, I won't cover that again, but you have the XBB, the number 7, divine transition coming. You have Bitcoin, double 714. Just want to tie that all together. I'm looking at the gematria. I look at the biblical signs that tie all of this together. And I'm telling you all, with Bitcoin being deemed as the first commodity, crypto, right? Just like gold is everywhere in the world, just like wheat in agriculture is everywhere in the world, just like silver is everywhere in the world, Bitcoin, people, is Bitcoin everywhere in the world. These cryptocurrencies backed by commodities are going to be the same type of commodity. Crude oil is crude oil in Saudi Arabia. Crude and natural gas is natural gas in Russia. Aluminum is aluminum every part of the world. And these commodities, people, right, that are now in the tangible, intertwining the physical and the tangible. Let me show you all this about these cryptocurrencies. And this is why I believe, again, this is definitely not a guarantee. This is not a guarantee. We know past, but I just look at the past to predict the future. And I think, I have this short video clip that I can show you about how this technology actually worked. In fact, if you knew about it was a big iron, my southern accent, discovery in Ghana, right? They have helped Ghana through the Grow cryptocurrency create over 10,000 jobs. But let me show you this. I can show you this. This is how the technology works. And big announcements with this XPLR, big gains. Again, the black gold is sold out, but you still have the natural gas, right? with the same tokenomics of black gold, and people are coming in. They're getting out of their 401ks. Again, not investing advice. People are coming in where they had thousands saved, and their money wasn't making money for them, and they're putting their money to work. Listen, if you don't put your money to work and you don't work harder for your money, you are going to work for the rest of your life. Warren Buffett says you have to learn how to make money in your sleep. Queen is saying you got to learn more than one way to make money than on your feet, people, than through your labor. If you know how to use leverage when it comes to your labor, why don't you use leverage when it comes to your money? Why not put your money in this digital software, right? So let me play this for you.
A video that's never been shared. It's just a quick 60-second video. This is technology that we are bringing to the table that's never been done before. I've had this video since Africa. I texted the owners tonight and I said, let me ask you a question. Would it be okay if I shared this video? And I just got confirmation that they're okay with me sharing it. So I'm going to share something with you that has never been shared before publicly anywhere. And I think you guys are going to understand the fullness of this opportunity right here. If you had somebody that was on this presentation, they logged off, you might want to tell them to pop back on here real quickly, because I'm about to show you guys something pretty exciting. Oh no, are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, I lost you. I thought I lost you guys. Okay, you guys excited for it? I'm pretty excited to share this with you. So we still have, this large majority of you guys are still on here. All right, hang on a second. I'm pulling it up now. So you guys know that we do 2D imaging that allows us to be able to scan the earth and identify pockets of gold and oil and other commodities. So this is the concession that I showed you that I was standing on, that we were at. This is hundreds of thousands of acres. We own this land. This is our land. And up to this point, our technology has allowed us to be able to do a 2D rendering of the land. And then we can, through the vibrations and the algorithms, we can identify where that commodity is. This is going to be kind of tying into some announcements that you're going to be hearing about next year. And that's all I can say about that. But I want you to see what we are bringing to the table in 2023. This is the first 3D imaging. All of that is gold. All of these gold lines that you're seeing are gold that is in the ground. But look at this. This is the first time this has ever been done. We now have the capability with technology to be able to bring to our companies 3D scans where they can now see underground and all around and everything that would be in their way from a drilling standpoint, and tell them exactly where their commodities are, exactly how much. So if you realize how much money that this can save them, and if you understand that, you'll understand why. I'm gonna play it one more time for you, because this is such a huge deal. Nobody in the world has this, and this is I can't even say more. I can just tell you guys that this is Explorer. So I'll play it one more time for you. If you understand the value of what this can bring, think this can be water, this can be gold, aluminum, helium, copper, silver. This is our concession. This is the scans that we've done of our land. What you see is gold. These hills are full of gold. And this is the first time in the world that 3D scanning has been able to be created. And this is in conjunction with some pretty cool announcements that you guys are going to be hearing moving forward. If you understand the value of this, you'll understand why we are projected to be $1 billion company next year, and why I'm excited about the value of what we're bringing, not only in the cryptocurrency space, but the physical counterpart, the physical side of our company is absolutely mind-boggling. So you guys saw that first. No one has seen that yet. And I just had a chance, got permission from the owner to be able to share that with you guys. So with that, now I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. I appreciate you being here. By the way, if you don't have Explorer licenses, you may want to go pick some of those up, because it's going to get pretty exciting, I think, around that project. So with that, you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much. You guys, God bless.
So that's it. I do want to remind you about attaining physical goal. Whether you know all the logistics of how to liquidate it, whether you know, you'll know when it's time to know, really. But I'm just giving you something that you can have instant access, but in an equitable investment, in a tangible investment, as well. These are pure silver with cryptos on it. Whether you're a collector, again, silver outperforms gold in a bull market. And it is, again, very inexpensive to make this investment. Many people are predicting silver to be as high, like Robert Kiyosaki, is $500 this year. Again, there's a global shortage on copper, and there was more copper available on this website. You can see right now, it looks like not that many available. So this is your copper 0.99995 copper as well. There's a copper shortage. You can go do your research on that. This is under $3. If you are a customer, if you want to share this with others, then choose to become a wealth ambassador. But this is, I'm surprised the crypto silver is still available. It usually sells out, right? So just different things. Silver proof coin. I still believe that you can commodity for commodities. Once this system is reset and Fed coin is released, some people are going to actually use their silver to exchange for food items. You're going to be hearing on the radio every hour, on the hour, how the price of silver and the ounces of these commodities, natural gas. So having physical silver in your possession is a great equity strategy as well. I love the Bitcoin. Again, supply and demand, only limit 10 per household because that's how high of demand it is in, right? Also know about the Bitcoin halving. That's scheduled to happen December of this year. And so people are, even with the, thank you, DT says, hit that smash button. People are even taking these gains and they're just not cashing out and converting back into the cash with these crypto-backed commodities. But what they're doing is taking out these gains. And if they miss Bitcoin at 16K, they're getting so high of gains when it comes to these crypto-backed commodities. They're cashing it out and they're stacking more Bitcoin, more Ethereum, more XRP, more XLM, more Polygon, you're right, whatever your blue chip cryptos are. So just know that these crypto-backed commodities is also a strategy to get you in blue chip cryptos. Well, that was an energy draining live stream because whenever I connect the biblical world and numbers with the physical world and what's going on with the future of currency, is not easy. I just make it look easy. But anyway, manifest, you all. Remember 111 equals 3. If you can think about it in your mind and speak it with your mouth and write it, right? Write the vision and make it plain. Write it out, write it on a pen pad. And then people, the 111s equal to 3. Take the action steps. See it in your mind, the inner mind. Stevie Wonder had a song about that called, what was that song by Stevie Wonder? Because I talk about a lot of stuff before my time. It was inner vision. He didn't have sight, but he had vision, right? What's the name of that song? Inner visions. You can see it in your mind. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He had to see it. He had to speak it. Then Haggai gave us the formula of writing it on paper. And then once you write it, once the opportunity comes to you, now you got to execute it. That's the 111 equal 3. Yep, Stevie Wonder's inner vision. See it in your thoughts, see it in your mind, speak it with your mouth like Genesis. The Bible also says, as a man thinketh, so is he. And that's the key to manifestation. Then when the opportunity, after you did those 3 requisites, the 111, when those opportunities come to you, then you take the necessary action step. Thank you all for tuning in. You all hit the like button, especially if you're watching on the replay. Hello, Jeff. Thank you so much for supporting. I was on your live stream too. I'll talk to you about what you're doing this weekend, more in depth as well too. Someone says, what about Ripple cryptocurrency technology being implemented without the internet? Who said the internet was going away? Someone said, how is that possible? Who said the internet was going away? I'll wait. It's 700 people live. How many likes? T23X country. Who said the internet was going away? I'm gonna wait just a little while. Going once, going twice. I guess they don't want to elaborate. Maybe I saw the question too late. But did remind me of this. I posted a lot. 101Ks. You know, they saying the internet is for the robots. I don't think people understand that concept. It's not for people. But this is I got this from Business Edition. Internet will not go away, can't go away. In fact, they're making sure that internet in third world countries will be available so they can have access to artificial intelligence, crypto. As we see the 111 here, this was Business Insider Edition. For the first time in history, an AI bot will reportedly defend a human in court. In February, artificial intelligence. This is Back to the Future. This is The Matrix. And this is definitely, some of you all probably need to go back and watch. I can't think of it. God, what's the actor name that says I'll be back? And go back and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Watch those movies. Terminator. Let's see, I had to put it in Google. Watch Terminator. Need to watch Matrix and Back to the Future. And you'll understand where we are headed. You'll understand it. All right, I'm out. You all have a great night. Queen out. Be blessed.